name is Comey. Since your firing, have you met with former CIA Director John Brennan?
Yes, once, I think.
And former National Intelligence Director Jim Clapper?
Yep, saw him the night before last, I think.
Together?
No. Actually, I had dinner with the two of them together and our spouses.
You talked Trump case? Or,
no, we did not.
All right. After your hand-picked deputy, Andrew McCabe, was fired, you tweeted this. You said, Special Agent McCabe stood tall over the last 8 months when small people were trying to tear down an institution we all depend on. He served with distinction for 2 decades. I wish Andy well. I also wish continued strength for the rest of the FBI. America needs you. You know, the Inspector General found that McCabe lied 4 times, 3 of them under oath. Kimberly Strassel from the Wall Street Journal tweeted a lot of possible questions for you, but here's one. Please discuss Andrew McCabe and the IG report that finds he lied repeatedly, both to you and about you. Do you still believe he stood tall, as you tweeted in January, or is he one of the small people helping to tear down an institution?
Yeah, I still believe he stood tall. He represented himself and the organization under tremendous stress during that period after I was fired. But I read the IG report as you did. It concluded that Andy had not been candid. This is what accountability looks like in the Justice Department.
Should he be prosecuted?
That's not for me to say.
Well, wait, you said it in the Clinton case.
Well, I was then the director of the FBI.
Which was not your role at that moment.
Private citizens should not be calling for the prosecution of people in a case they're not involved in. But I do believe, as it routinely happens, the IG will likely refer it, or has referred it, to a U.S. Attorney's Office to look at it.
So, did you see the disparity here where people look at how the Clinton case was handled and how the Trump case is handled? Did you tell lawmakers...
I don't see disparity.
Did you tell lawmakers that FBI agents didn't believe former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn was lying intentionally to investigators?
No.
You did not tell them?
And I saw that in the media. I don't know what. Maybe someone misunderstood something I said. I didn't believe that and didn't say that.
About the controversial text messages, we just received a lot more up on Capitol Hill today. If you knew back then, when you were in charge of the investigation, and you saw those texts between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, the level of animus they had against President Trump, what would you have done?
I'd have removed both of them from any contact with significant investigations.
So shouldn't their work...
Including those involving anybody connected to President Trump, but beyond that. Because it's just such poor judgment.
Shouldn't their work product then be questioned?
Sure, it's a reasonable question to ask.
So
they were bad-mouthing everybody, including the candidate Trump.
So Peter Strzok interviews Hillary Clinton, deals with the bleach bit and the server and Cheryl Mills, all of that, interviews Michael Flynn, and is integral in this whole case.
But he's one of many other people involved in all the things you just ticked off. It's a reasonable question to ask, and I can tell you this. When I saw the text, I was deeply disappointed in them, but I never saw any bias, any reflection of any kind of animus towards anybody, including me. I'm sure I'm bad-mouthing those texts. I'm just not going to read them all. Never saw it, but that's why we had such a big team of people.
Well, you were in charge
to bang on each other.
So the buck stops with you.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, I'm responsible.
Jonathan tweeted in, what was the insurance policy Deputy Director McCabe, Strzok, and Page were discussing in his office?
I have no idea.
Any clue?
The problem I had reading the text, I'm sure you've had the same challenges. If anybody pulled any of your listeners' texts or viewers' texts and there's no context, it's hard to figure out what they're talking about. So there's a lot